Good morning, everyone. My name is Tory and I'm the President of the Jewellers Association of Australia. Today's workshop covers a really integral part of the JAA and the JAA membership, and that is the Code of Conduct. The Code of Conduct is the Jewellers Association of Australia's member guide to maintain the highest professional and ethical standards. And today we'll look over the code fundamentals and what they mean for your business. All members of the JAA are required to sign the Code of Conduct when commencing their membership. The code sets the standards and expectations that the JAA has for its members, which, when followed, should enhance the quality and reputation of the jewellery industry. Now, the code fundamentally promotes the highest professional and ethical standards, whilst acknowledging that quality technical skills are necessary to enhance the reputation of the jewellery industry. And the code also stipulates guidelines around competition and highlights the necessity of this for the industry. So what is the code exactly? Well, the code sets out preferred standards for procedures and conduct of signatories in the Australian jewellery industry to increase protection for both code signatories and the consumers. So it will also serve as a benchmark for settling disputes. It promotes fairness, honesty, and ethics. And it is a point of reference for code signatories to help them understand the requirements of applicable federal and state laws. The code is not enforceable by law, and nor does it replace state or federal guidelines and laws. However, signatories must agree to be bound by the guidelines of the code. So why is the code necessary? Well, the Code of Conduct developed by the JAA is a necessary function of the industry, which is largely unregulated. The JAA, in conjunction with the ACCC, have worked to guide the industry against misleading and deceptive practices. By having the code in place, which sets standards and guides members, it gives the industry the ability to face new and existing challenges. The future of the jewellery industry depends on maintaining consumer confidence, and the code outlines how to best do this by practicing fair, honest, and sustainable business operations. Code signatories are required, as agreed to when becoming a JAA member, to operate under the guidelines and guiding principles set out by the code. Principles around integrity include conducting yourself and your business with integrity, honesty, and courtesy. Abstain from making false and misleading statements about members of the jewellery industry. Refrain from publicly criticising any JAA member. Provide full and accurate disclosure of the nature, quality, characteristics, and origin, if known, of any merchandise offered or sold. Honour all guarantees, warranties, and service policies as represented to customers, as well as provided by law. So this includes all promises made both verbally and in writing to the consumer, as well as your legal obligation to fulfil your order. Implement the procedure provided by the CHIBJO and the World Diamond Council system of warranties to prevent trade in conflict diamonds. Implement procedures recommended by the JAA to prevent trade in conflict gemstones and precious metals, and make every effort to deal only with companies that do not exploit children or use child labour, provide adequate occupational health and safety conditions, and respect the environment. Code signatories are also obliged to strive to improve the knowledge, expertise, and professionalism of themselves and their employees, and ensure that they remain familiar with current market conditions and trading conditions. Code signatories must be compliant by abiding by all state and federal laws relating to the jewellery industry, ensuring that all promotional advertising and selling material and practices comply with federal, state, and local legislation and any jewellery industry code. Use every effort to protect their customers against any fraud, misrepresentation, or unethical practices which may arise in the jewellery industry. And cooperate with any inquiry conducted by the JAA to resolve any industry dispute. So the JAA has multiple objectives and critical missions, which it works towards building on with its members, and the code is the framework for the JAA to carry out these objectives. One of the main objectives of the JAA is to increase consumer confidence in the jewellery industry. This needs to be done with the cooperation of all members as they abide by the code and standards of practice, such as operating with honesty and committing to not misleading customers with false or deceptive claims regarding goods sold, using valuations, disclosing appropriate information to the customer to make an informed decision regarding their purchase, and abide by rules regarding comparative price advertising. We want to cultivate and promote a culture among code signatories to operate their business according to industry best practice, ensure customers have access to the information they need to make informed choices on all jewellery-related items. One JAA objective is to provide its members with cost-effective dispute resolution. The code outlines steps to resolve complaints, which we will discuss in more detail in the upcoming slides. This objective also covers the need for the JAA to provide a solution for the consumer when dealing with a complaint, to reduce the need for additional government regulations for the jewellery industry as well. By providing, maintaining and publishing the JAA Code of Conduct, the JAA works to minimise the need for additional government regulations on the industry, allowing the industry to be more self-governing. The JAA Code of Conduct includes guidelines for both suppliers and retailers. The code includes fantastic steps and information to assist suppliers and retailers through the processes. So for suppliers, the code includes invoice requirements, details required for plain precious metal jewellery, requirements when selling stone set and gem set jewellery, including any treatments and origins of stones if known, diamond quality guidelines and weights known, description guidelines including make type. And for retailers, the code includes similar instructions to the supplier guide with more specifics around consumer requirements. For example, description guides include the code's suggestion on how lab-grown or synthetic stone should be labelled and disclosed. Other guides may include if a piece can be called handmade or handcrafted based on the manufacturing process. The JAA Code of Conduct includes guides and specifics around other business practices, including certificates of purchase, lay-bys, timepieces, valuations, and comparative price advertising, of which there is significant detail due to previous cases of non-compliance within the jewellery industry. Other guidelines may include advertising requirements, e-commerce, and email marketing. The JAA Code of Conduct is continually maintained through the JAA Board and Code Committee. Due to the necessary nature of the code and its use in the industry, the JAA ensures the code is kept up to date and relevant. The JAA is also set up to monitor the code and ensure compliance by its members and code signatories. The content of the code is crucial to ensure consumer confidence. The resolution of complaints is a crucial part of maintaining the integrity of the industry. The code outlines in detail a complaints resolution process, which includes how the JAA will handle both the consumer and the code signatory in the event of a complaint. If a breach has occurred, the JAA will seek corrective action by the code signatory. The steps in these proposed actions are also stipulated inside the code and can include offering refunds or offering alternative products. If the code signatory fails to correct any breach of the code, the JAA Code Committee can refer to legislation or to be investigated further. The JAA is committed to maintaining and promoting the code to the industry. It encourages all industry members to be aware of the code contents and abide by its guidelines. I would encourage any code signatories or JAA members to contact the JAA at any time with questions relating to the code and how it affects their business. So thank you everyone for coming along today. We really appreciate your time and hope that this presentation assisted you with your understanding of the code and its functions. If you have any questions, please pop them in the chat box now and we will answer you via email. If you haven't gone to the JAA website and logged into your member portal, please ensure you do that to maximise your benefits. We are continually adding to and improving its offering to members, so if you have any suggestions or comments for them to consider, they would love to chat to you. Thank you all again for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you at the next JAA workshop. Have a great day.